In this video, I'm going to be doing my maintenance vlog for the month of July. Now, I typically do these the month after the preceding, so this should have been released in August, but it's been a crazy summer, crazy good in that work's been really busy. I've been on the road a lot. I had about 12,000 miles between July and August and the beginning of September. So there were no maintenance items in the month of August. So I'm not even going to post an August update. July 1st, did a tire rotation and greased the front end. The truck had 217,126 miles on it. At 221,078 miles on July 15th, we installed a 2011 upper oil pan. We replaced the oil cooler with the Mishimoto oil cooler. We replaced the transmission cooler O-rings. So I had done new transmission cooler lines and the ones we had installed were leaking. So I got new O-rings to put on those billet couplers. I changed all three fuel filters, so the S&S, the upper spin-on filter, and then the water separator. I drained and filled the primary coolant, so you have to do that when you pull the pan out. And then I also changed the transmission oil and filter. And I was kind of on the fence in doing this. We had to take out the transmission to reseal the pan, and it would make the transmission a lot lighter and just kind of make it easier to drain the fluid. And so I just decided to do it because we were there. I had the fluids to do it. I have two more items in the maintenance section of this video. On the 28th, I did another tire rotation and greased the front end again. That was at 222,936. So I drove from Florida all the way up to New Hampshire and to visit family, and I just did that tire rotation and front end grease in my parents' driveway. So that was cool. And then on the 29th, I had one of my wheels, one of my stock Ford 18-inch wheels had a pretty nasty hop, and I wasn't sure if it was the tires or if it was the wheels, and I've had a really tough time getting these Michelins to balance. And so I got a new wheel because there was one that was taking, like one of the wheels was taking a ridiculous amount of weight. So I replaced that wheel with a new one. And then I also replaced the lower steering shaft for the second time. So now I'm kind of on an every like 75,000 miles with the lower steering shaft, and I might just keep it that way and just order one and just do it. Or, you know, you can wait until it starts to show the symptoms of the rattle and the knock in your steering column. But that was at 222,945. And that was July. I mean, now it's September and the truck has 229,000. I'm almost at 230. In terms of modifications, there were none, unfortunately. I don't even really want to count the Mishimoto oil cooler because it's just the OEM replacement to what Ford gives you. And I have another video that'll be coming out, which is going to be a review of this oil cooler. And again, it's solid if you want to put a 2011 pan on your truck and you don't want to use Motorcraft for your cooler. You know, it has bigger oil passages on the inside, so it's less likely to clog. But that was like, again, I felt like they were kind of searching for issues and reasons to make one. But for my application, it was awesome because I could stick it in there with my 2011 pan on my 2019. For a mileage update, we currently have 229,497 miles on the clock. So since our last update, I've driven 6,674 miles. And when I'm driving all those miles, I am using Arch Oil AR6500 at every fill up to make sure that my fuel quality is good for the engine to keep it running long into the future. So if you want to get some for yourself, I have a code. It's PSM10, and that will get you 10% off your order at archoil.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are not subscribed, please consider doing so, and I will see you next time here on PowerStroke Maintenance. Thank you.